Hello from Paris. Thank you everybody for all your questions you have sent in. I will now try to answer them as good as I can. We start with the first one. It's from Mark Silly Pedas. Who inspired you to become a tennis player? Actually, all the good Swedish players we used to have in the past. You know, Sweden is a very small country, but despite that, we had so many good players, and I'd love to watch them when I was a kid, and they really inspired me a lot, and that's mostly why I started to play tennis, and I really hope I could do the same for kids in Sweden right now. Second question is from Lubna Mamdou. Hi Robin, who is your best friend in the ATP? My best friend I would say is Robert Lindstedt, the Swedish doubles players. He's a really great guy, and we know each other for a really long time, and we spend a lot of time together during tournaments. Then we have a question from Velislav Velinov. You're a finalist in the last 2 years at Roland Garros. So that is a reason for people to have quite big expectations for this year too. Do you feel any pressure on you because of the many points you have to defend? No, not really. You know, I try to really see it as something positive. I know that I can play really well here, and I did it 2 years in a row, which gives me a lot of good feelings. I think for every player knows that, you know, the points you will always have for 1 year, and then you have to defend them. So that's how it is, and I'm pretty sure that if I can play well, I have a good chance to do really well in this year's tournament as well. Let's see. It's from Tucker Riffle. What tips do you have for a young tennis player? And do you have a little routine you do before every match? Yeah, I have one routine that I always been doing since many years. Before a match, I always wait to tie the shoes until I go on the court. And I always tie them in the last moment, which is it gives me a good feeling, and yeah, it helps me to perform well, I think. And then what tips do I have for a young tennis player? Biggest tip is to never give up. I think for everybody you will have good moments and you will have tougher moments, but I think, you know, if you keep on working and really try hard, and when you have hard moments, I think you will always come back, and that will help you in the future. This was the last question for this time. I will be back soon with answering more questions.